have a donut. I have the house to myself for the first time in like 8 months, which means I can record extra episodes. I just recorded not one, but 2 episodes about Adam Sandler's movie career. Vulture has an article about the top Adam Sandler movies ranked. There are 40 of them, apparently, and that made for 2 episodes. Somewhere down the line, I will publish those. You know, there's slow news weeks coming up when the holidays come, and I need some of that stuff. Plus, I love talking about Sandler, as you know. Hi, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news for Monday. The late night shows watched on Thursday night, there was Trump's town hall and Biden's town hall. Jimmy Kimmel said, while many are wondering why NBC would schedule the Trump town hall at the same time as Biden's town hall instead of on another night or even just another time slot so we could see what both candidates have to say, the answer to the question is NBC sucks. Kimmel, even though Trump spent a lot of time claiming that NBC was setting him up with the town hall, it was a beautiful reunion. Seeing him back in prime time was like taking a time machine back to 2004 when he was just a blowhard reality TV host, nothing more. Kimmel, Biden took questions from voters in Philly. Trump again was in Florida. And even though they were 1,000 miles apart, I kept fantasizing about a surprise WrestleMania moment where Biden runs out behind Trump and bangs him over the head in a folding chair. Kimmel said, we know he's nuts, but he's nuts. No one in my lifetime has done more to separate us, drive us apart than Donald Trump, and yet he genuinely believes he deserved to win the Nobel Prize for Peace. But here's the best joke I've probably seen all month. Somebody on Twitter wrote, need to take issue with Savannah Guthrie for saying to Trump, it's not like you're someone's crazy uncle. Well, that got a response from Mary Trump, who wrote, actually... Trevor Noah talked about a conspiracy theory retweeted by President Trump. Trevor said, President Obama killed a secret bin Laden body double and then killed SEAL Team 6 to cover it up, and then he managed to keep it all quiet for 8 years? Honestly, guys, if that's true, then I'm impressed because that sounds way harder to pull off than just killing bin Laden. Great joke. Trevor again. To me, the best part of the conspiracy is that at some point, Obama had to hold auditions for a bin Laden body double to kill. That's really funny. Trevor said, I'll also say if Trump loses the election, I think Twitter should hire him because they can find out what conspiracy accounts to suspend just based upon what he retweets. He did a Trump impression saying, wow, this tweet says Obama started COVID to distract us from his wedding to George Soros. This is pretty cool. From the Interrobang San Francisco Sketchfest, a.k.a. SF Sketchfest, a.k.a. the San Francisco Comedy Festival. That is a great festival in a normal year where we don't have COVID. I got to go there, I think once, maybe twice. I love that festival. They will be presenting Plan 9 from Outer Space on the virtual stage October 29th. I'll put a note in the pod to remind you about that day. Some of the people for the read. Maria Bamford, Bobcat Goldthwait. Jerry Seinfeld's not going to like this show. Oh, shoot. If Jerry finds out Bobcat Goldthwait is in this, he's going to lose his mind. Maria Bamford, Bobcat Goldthwait, Dana Gould, Dave Koechner, Tim Meadows, Oscar Nunez, Bob Odenkirk, Jonah Ray, Paul F. Tompkins, and some others. Baron Vaughn. $10. sfsketchfest.com. Sounds pretty good. The Age caught up with Sarah Cooper. You know Sarah Cooper. She pantomimes to Donald Trump videos on TikTok, and she's one of Variety's 10 comics to watch. Sarah Cooper. You know Sarah? Yeah. So the writer was at a photo shoot and asked the photographer, do you really think she could bring down Trump? Yeah. When Trump loses the election, it's all because of Sarah Cooper. That's why. The photographer said, there's a line of comedians whose satire was very cutting and became permanent. Chevy Chase nailed Gerald Ford, Tina Fey, and the vice presidential hopes of Sarah Palin. Sarah's not a president, by the way, but okay. That was also the entire list. Chevy Chase from 1975. It's 2020 now. And Sarah Palin, who wasn't even a president. That was the entire list. Plus Sarah Cooper, who's going to bring down Trump. Cooper said she shot her Bleach video in a hurry, worrying that it was stupid. Yeah, that's the kind of thing you worry about. Like, you pantomime with Donald Trump and you go, is this stupid? Variety's 10 comics to watch. Sarah said, it was just earnestly trying to be a person suggesting these crazy things as honestly as I could do. I think it works because I'm a low power, low status person who is making fun of someone who's powerful. When I started, I was very low power and making fun of someone very powerful. Trump doesn't have a lot of regard for women, and he doesn't have a lot of regard for black women. He doesn't have a lot of regard for immigrants, even though his wife is an immigrant. Sarah thinks the reason people rave about her videos is because they hate him so much and they know he must hate this. There's just something so satisfying about someone he disdains one-upping him. Sarah says her dad is scared that Trump's going to deport them because of her videos. She says, I don't think he can do that, but there are a lot of things I didn't think he could do that he's done. At least we would get deported to Jamaica. There are worse places to be deported to, I guess. And Sarah says, Trump probably won't see the videos because he blocked her for something she said on Twitter in 2017. Listen to this hilarious line. I said, fake news. Donald Trump has become unfit for office. Real news. Donald Trump was always unfit for office. Even Sarah said, it wasn't even that good. George Wallace spoke to Vulture on the importance of black comedy spaces. And George said, Def Comedy Jam, not necessarily for me, but it was certainly a vehicle for the young people to come out and express themselves. There's also what we might call systemic racism back in the day because the black kids couldn't go into the comedy clubs. And that was even before rap music. Rap music is a form of expression, saying what you want to say and what you think. So it was all white clubs. There weren't even black comedians in the clubs when I started. I just happened to play by the rules. Me and Jimmy Walker and Byron Allen, we did clean comedy. That's what we did. All the TV shows, Merv Griffin, Tonight Show, Leno Letterman. There weren't any black comedians doing it then, just three of us. George says, if you go to a comedy club, you might see one young black comedian, but you're not going to see two. So back in the day, we played the games. I played the game. But when Def Comedy Jam came out, there's a club in LA called the Community Act Theater. Michael Williams opened the club and he was trying to find some young black comedians. So he thought he'd audition a few comedians. Then the comedians had seen me on TV and Jimmy Walker and these young black kids were going, I want to do that too. And sure enough, that club took off like crazy and they were expressing themselves in their own way, their own language. Bowen Yang talked about his audition for Saturday Night Live back in the day. He said, I just threw everything against the wall. I was like, I don't think it's going to happen, so I'm just going to have fun with it. I did all these impressions I had no business doing, but I still had fun doing them. I did the Soul Cycle character. I did the guy from the choking poster. I've done a lot of stuff that I somehow brought on the show. So I got pretty lucky that it was just pulled from my auditions. Bowen was asked by Andy Cohen about how he's breaking new ground on the show as an openly gay man and East Asian. Yang said, it's really special. It's really nice. I feel very honored. That's your comedy news for today. You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, Pandora. You can follow on Spotify. The show is at DCN Pod on Twitter, Facebook.com/Daily Comedy News. Would love to hear from you and interact with you, and I'll catch you tomorrow.